Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Brian if you're new around here, but if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back, you magnificent beast. And damn, you're looking good today. That's what you get for subscribing, by the way. Free compliments and extra greetings at the start of these videos. Now, today we're going to be diving into the latest dev blog, a guide to what's new in questing. This is where we're just going to talk about what they've posted over in the official forums. I'll include a link in the description if you just want to go read this for yourself and you don't want my narration and or probably flubs. Let's be honest. If you're a subscriber, you know I'm dyslexic and there might be a word or two that completely fail me. So wish me luck. Sound off right now in the comments, and this will be kind of a fun game. How many flubs do you think I'm going to make in this video, and then edit it to see if you were right. I'm very curious to see where we are as a community. Anyhow, let's go ahead and dive in. Hey folks, with all the changes to the quest structure and flow in the new world starter experience, and in all the transition to Brimstone Sands, we're seeing a lot of questions coming up repeatedly. So we wanted to provide a central location to address those questions and provide more clarity on a range of circumstances that may be causing confusion. Now for Brimstone Sands, the main question arises here are about the requirements for entry into the new zone and the requirements for the starting of the main story there. So to access the zone, you have to gain a, there we go, flub number one. To gain entry to Brimstone Sands, you will need to be level 60 and take the Strider of the Sands quest to apply the Desert Carrot as a part of the quest before you can enter the zone. This question begins at a different location depending on your faction. Now for the Marauders, that's Ebonscale Reach. For the Syndicate, Shattered Mountain, and Covenant and Factionless, Great Cleave. The quest all end in the Wakalakalakuhua outpost outside of Brimstone Sands, where the main story begins. Now the Brimstone Sands main story, for the main story quest in Brimstones, they kick off from an NPC Gazi in the Wakalakalakuhua outpost, and the quest requires completing Strider in the Sands and completing the main story quest, A Selfish Nature, in Eden Grove. Note, you will also need a tier 5 Azoth staff to complete the Brimstone Sands main story and to complete the Heartstone Rune quest. If you haven't done so already, you should also complete the two following quests up, A Selfish Nature, Shattered Mountain, and A Fortress of the Threshold, which all will reward you with a tier 5 Azoth staff. Now, for the new starter experience. The new starter experience has given rise to many questions about where players can progress, has been reset, and it's been retained by the main story quests. What's required to move forward and how this changed the progress of joining and switching factions. So for Beach to Brightwood, we completely removed all main story quests that preceded Forge Your Azoth Staff and almost all the side quests on every zone up to level 25 in Brightwood. If you had these quests active in your journal, they are removed and all the new quests are now available. Your progress in the main story has retained as follows. If you completed the starter beach quest and made it to the first settlement, then you don't have to redo the beach quests. Instead, you can choose to start from either of the new main story quest sequences in Windsward and in Monarch's Bluffs. Either quest series will eventually send you to Giannis. If you've reached Giannis before the update and you aren't required to redo the main story quest in Windsward and Monarch's Bluff, but you still seek out Giannis out in his new location near the border between Windsward and Monarch's Bluff, just south of Kashian Steep. All the old quests related to joining the Soul Wardens have been revised and moved to Everfall, and you will have completed all the steps there going through forging your Azoth staff. If you completed the quest and forged your Azoth staff before the update, you don't have to go back and restart the Giannis quests. You will retain your previous progress, but you may need to seek out Giannis and require your main story quest series at the location in Everfall, following the ritual quest. Nothing further in the main story quest has been changed yet. And just note, guys, they're going to be doing kind of an overhaul 25 or 26 plus. We just don't know when. I'll be sure to give you guys any kind of details and updates on that. If you follow the main story to Brightwood, and even if you completed the main story before the update, you will see the new main story quest available in Monarch's Bluff and in Windsward. You don't need to do these quests. They're just available if you want to do them for fun. If you've already did the Giannis quest, these quests will conclude in Monarchs and Windsward respectively without sending you back to Giannis. We realize this puts new low-level quest pins back on your map and that some players would prefer not to see these map pins. We are discussing map options and or ways to highlight quests that are specifically, that got me, below your level. We'll let you know when we have a plan to address this. Now, for me personally, again, I'm going to keep hammering this home. Please put this feedback into the system if you agree. You can always do so via the main menu, submit feedback. I want there to be a post level 60 XP progression. I literally have all these quests on my map that are completed, but I won't turn them in because I don't like seeing XP hit the floor. I'm weird, I know, but let's go. Like just give me some kind of aptitude reward for continuing to get experience. Like that would be so choice. And there's a lot of things that you could build off of that, but that's what I'd love to see in this game. And so that's why I kind of refuse to sit on, I'll sit on them. We'll see. I might take a new character through the experience. Anyway, new faction initiation. The process for joining a faction has changed dramatically. Rather than having it be a required step in the main story, it is now accomplished by a series of faction initiation quests in Everfall upon reaching level 17. That is a big change. These quests are not required for progress the main story. You aren't required to join a faction at all. A few points of clarification. Each faction initiation quest series consists of 4 to 5 quests that begin with an NPC near Oxborough in Everfall, and the quest will take you to the relevant faction enclave to conclude with an option to join the faction. If you previously selected a faction at level 10, before the update, you will stay in your faction, and these quests are optional. You can complete all faction initiation quests at the same time, and you can do the initiation quest for any faction even if you've already joined another one. The idea is that these quests are teaching you about the faction and the introduction to the major characters and allowing you to earn their trust. In order to switch factions going forward, you will need to have completed the initiation quests for the factions you're switching to. We realize that you could formally switch factions without any requirement, but we really want you to experience the faction stories and get introduced to the enclaves, as we hope to do more with them later. When you switch factions, your reputation and faction tokens are tracked at the faction level. So if you have never been to a new faction before, you will be starting out from scratch. Your reputation and tokens from your faction you've switched from will be saved, however. If you switch back, and you should pick up where you left off. Note, we're investigating the potential bug with this, so we'll update more. Now, I believe that bug actually got fixed tonight or today. Either way, time is relative, I guess. But yeah, so we'll just keep an eye on that. Hope this clarifies some of the more common questions and clarifies any confusion. We hope this ultimately adds up to a much improved quest and story experience in New World and sets us up for further improvements in the future. As always, we welcome your feedback and we try to address any further issues that arise as quickly as possible. And yeah, I'm gonna hit a like on that. So that is the guide to what's new in questing. I'd love to know your thoughts about what we learned here. There's some interesting tidbits. The faction changes I think are pretty significant. I really like how they don't lock the new zone behind the MSQ, where I haven't cleared the Tempest, but I can still go into Brimstone. I haven't had that ability because if you guys haven't been following the channel, I've been sick this week, so I have not had the chance to play. But that all changes tonight. We're going to be live over on Twitch. Links in the description. Discord is open. We've got our little community event, which we like to get together and hang out. And if you guys want to support the channel, one great way is actually lurking over on Twitch. I share the Twitch with my friend Chris. He's probably live right now. Any and all lurk support is amazing support, and we appreciate you guys. Also, if you're looking for more resources, check out New World Database, NWDB.com. I use them all the time, and yeah, they do some really great work. There's some really great things going on in the community, so I just wanted to shout them out and point them to you, especially as I dive more into some guides here for you over the coming weeks. Anyway, thank you guys so much for your time today. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully I'll see you in my next one, but until then, take care.